All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, when TINUBU said he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped, apparently, many Nigerians didn't know what he meant, but that statement is beginning to properly unravel to Nigerians now. What Buhari actually did was to move the wealth of this country to Niger Republic or wherever. Buhari's plan was to practically empty the resources of this country into another country's purse, and he achieved that to a great extent. That is exactly where TINUBU meant he was going to continue from. But in his case, he wants to, as a matter of fact, he's already emptying the nation's treasury into his personal pockets and the pockets of other governors and members of his cabinet. And I'm not just making this up because of the hardship and poverty in the land. I'm going to show you a video now of FEMI Falana. I'm not really a big fan of FEMI Falana, but on this occasion, this man was spitting out facts. Senior advocate of Nigeria, FEMI Falana, was actually stating facts on how much money has been stolen and shared by this administration. And in the video, Falana was practically asking Nigerians not to believe the lies of this administration. He was actually asking Nigerians to get up and begin to demand for the gains of this fuel subsidy removal that has brought so much hardship to Nigerians. See the video.
Mr. President, you must ask for explanation of it. In December 7, this regime, TINUBU administration, gave out 135 billion naira to governors to fight COVID-19 in 2023. Do you know what I'm talking about? Last December, they gave out 123 billion to not 135. You can go to fight COVID-19. Furthermore, and this must be our demand from there. This regime must. If we have to go to the street, it's so fundamental. This regime must warehouse the gains of the removal of fuel subsidy and channel it towards alleviating the poverty of our people. What I mean is this: again, you can Google. In April last year, what the three tiers of government, the federal government, the state government, and local government shared was 655 billion in April. When subsidy was removed, right? First subsidy. Since June, according to the Minister of Finance, you can Google, there's no month that less than 1 trillion has been shared. As a matter of fact, you can quote me on this. In June last year, what they shared was 1.9 trillion. They were embarrassed when they got to Abuja. Where is this money come from? What are you doing? They had to save 900 billion and shared 1 trillion. In December last year, you know the governors came to Lagos to celebrate with President Falana. Are you aware? Yes. That month, what was shared was 1.7 trillion. That is apart from the 135 billion I just told you about. So if anybody tells you Nigerians must sacrifice because there's no money, tell them what they are saying is buffoon. Push it. So what we should be demanding? Where are the gains of subsidy removal? Do you understand me? Yeah. When we have a situation like this, a little situation under Abacha, as bad as Abacha was, except for what we call the PTS. You understand me? Yes, sir. The gains of fuel increase then was kept and used to address infrastructural crisis in the country. So this time around, we are demanding for our right because what they told us, all of us, subsidy is gone. I mean, they said the gains of subsidy will be used to address the problems of unemployment, of insecurity, of food crisis, and so on and so forth. But today, the people have been forgotten. These National Assembly people who are pretending in the last few days, senators called, the managers of the economy, House of Reps called them, and they addressed the price. And we want to help the poor. Let the poor breathe. These ones, please, each of them in Abuja, including those who had no bicycle before they went there, gave themselves a 160 million naira jeep, each of them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and challenge you, comrades. The budget of National Assembly this year was 178 billion naira. The National Assembly members themselves rewrote the budget and raised it to 344 billion. And they pretend, that we have to suffer together. We understand your pain. We are addressing your problems.
Liars.
It is a lie. Unless you demand for your rights, nobody will give you your rights.
Yeah.
I think Falana made the point.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Nobody, the human rights, not my property. Nobody can dash me. So we must end this. Therefore, with a commitment to mobilize our people, to demand for their rights.
You heard that. Now, that gathering may seem little, but this video right here is the most viewed on Nigeria's social media space right now because of the weight of the content. And honestly, I must commend Femi Falana for asking the people to rise and begin to demand that the government show them the gains of fuel subsidy removal. The man is actually calling for a mass protest against the government. And this is the first time an elite, somebody in the elite class, will come out and ask the people to get up and protest. He's actually indicating his interest in leading the protest. And I must give it to Femi Falana this time around. And honestly, I have never had a doubt that they removed subsidies so that they can have more money to share. I always knew that they wanted more money to share, because if it was in favor of the masses, they wouldn't have done it that fast. I trust these people. They will never do anything that will favor the masses with such speed. And as Falana said, even under Abacha, he said as bad as Abacha was, he set up PTF to save the money from increase in petroleum revenue, and he invested in infrastructure. Many people saw schools in their area then with PTF written on it. That is Abacha military regime. But in this so-called democracy, they removed subsidy and began sharing the money. On Christmas Day, they went to, to meet TINUBU in Lagos. We didn't know it was money they went to share. That was why Plateau State Governor left his people in a mourning mode and went there, because he went there to collect money. Now it is clear. How would a governor leave his state when bandits, Fulani headsmen just attacked less than 24 hours ago? Why would you leave your state to say you want to go and greet TINUBU? So it was because they were sharing money. He had to be there. Oh, and look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here says, different ways to embezzle money, yet this man removed subsidy, purging the country to poverty and hardship. Can never be well with him and his supporters. I'm telling you. And this tweet here says, and some parties will still be defending the government. 135 billion for COVID-19 in 2023. They will tell you it's a lie. But we know that Femi Falana cannot come out and tell such a lie. And this tweet here says, wait, what? COVID-19 in Nigeria in 2023? Nigerians, how much is protest that we can't afford? Well, let's keep it going. Let the hardship and all these revelations keep going. And this tweet here says, this is insane. They seem to always find huge sums to share between them, but can't seem to find enough socio-economic development programs because they don't care about the people. It's as simple as that. And this tweet by Ogbeni Abiodun says, and this is part of the spiritual problem that man of God was talking about, right? Nonsense. Yes. Baba Adeboye said the governors and the president that they were doing their best, that the problem of Nigeria is spiritual. Now look at it. So this is the best they do to share the nation's resources. But Ikechukwu here was actually not forgiving Femi Falana for his utterances during the tribunal. He said Femi Falana must be ignored. He is the figurehead who insisted that TINUBU must be sworn in. His hate speech is witch hunt. I actually have my issues with Femi Falana's position that period too, but we cannot ignore what he said here about this government. And this tweet here says, just imagine approving and giving billions of naira to fight COVID-19 in 2023, yet TINUBU claimed Nigeria is poor. Why is it only the masses that feel the poverty state of Nigeria? Well, that is a question you should answer yourself. And this is how it is going to continue until Nigerians kick the APC out of power. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news where una go like. Why? Because now because of una. Now I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go away.